So before we begin, I thought I'll give a brief introduction into what ShowNet do, and also I believe Screen Magic have their own presentation and they'll give a brief introduction as well. Just for housekeeping, if you have any questions, because everyone is going to be on mute, please feel free to pop your question in the chat section and I will be monitoring the questions and we will answer the questions at the end. So thank you again for joining and we are about to begin. So today we're looking at SMS Magic and the title is around reaching out through SMS. Now the need for this we found is that recent research has shown that text messaging is increasingly becoming the most popular form of communication used primarily by the 18 to 5. However, a recent research by Ofcom shows that the 55 and overs are actually starting to use mobile phones even more. So let us not just think text messaging is just for the younger generation. It is across the board for all generations. So this webinar is hosted by ShowNet and is presented by Screen Magic. So who we are and what we do. So we are ShowNet and we are Salesforce partners. So what that means is that we are Salesforce certified consultants. So we have developers as well as administrators who are certified and who have a lot of knowledge within Salesforce. We are also NCVO trusted suppliers, so we work a lot with not-for-profit organizations. We have over 8 years experience of implementing and customizing Salesforce CRM, and these are just some of the customers we have worked with in the past. This includes Barking and Dagenham College and also Community Action Southwark, as well as the Officers Association. And for example, the Officers Association do use SMS Magic to engage with officers who have left the military and are now looking for work, or they have two branches, so either the employment side or the benevolent side. So they use SMS Magic primarily for the employment side. So once an ex-military officer comes into their organization, they're able to give them maybe tips on how to move forward in terms of next steps for their employment. So they'll send them a text message to remind them about their appointment with the organization. So that's just an example of how some organizations are using SMS. But again, SMS Magic will give you a bit more information into that. So I just thought quickly I'll give you an overview on Salesforce. So Salesforce is a CRM tool. A lot of charities are using are beginning to use it, voluntary sector organizations, because it is fast and it requires no hardware or software. All it does require is internet access. Again, it is open, so you're able to use it both on your laptop, on your computer, on your mobile phone, on your tablet. So giving you that flexibility is important. It is trusted. Salesforce do have a data center here in the UK. So in terms of data protection, that is quite important as well. Another aspect that is very important is the flexibility it provides. So if we look at the App Exchange gives you the ability to build on the Salesforce platform. So if you think of your mobile phone and you think you've got the basic functions, but if you have, for example, an iPhone, you will go on the App Store to get an app to extend the function of your phone. And apps such as SMS Magic allow you to gain a better use of Salesforce. So on that note, I'm going to pass on to Manish from Screen Magic, who will lead in the rest of the presentation. And like I said again, if you have any questions regarding what I've spoken about or just SMS Magic in general, please do leave them in the chat section.
Hello everyone, thanks for joining in today, and thanks ShowNet System for having us. Thanks Faith for introducing us here. We are just about setting our screen. I hope you're able to see our opening screen. Text to benefit. SMS Magic for not-for-profit organizations. I hope my screen is visible right now, and I'm really sorry for the technical glitch. I hope at times things were as simple as an SMS. So let me introduce myself once again. This is Manish Shirwalkar. I work with Screen Magic. I work here as a senior marketing manager, and I shall be driving some of the overview slides right now. Yeah, that's me. And later in the presentation, we have Tanya, who will be joining us. Tanya takes care of our inside sales, and she would be running us through some of the customer success stories. We urge you to go through the success stories because these are real life examples how people have actually used and have benefited from SMS Magic. We also have on the call later joining Jyoti, who would be taking most of the technical questions over there, and we have Dipali, who would be running us through SMS Magic demo. Just to run through with the agenda today, so I'll be running through with a basic introduction of Screen Magic, followed by introduction of SMS Magic, why SMS Magic is loved by our customers. So we would have some of our customer stories over there, followed by SMS Magic for not-for-profit, like, what is the compelling reason why you should use SMS Magic over there. We would discuss a bit about SMS Magic features, and you can see these features live in action where we follow up with the live demo. If you have any questions, we would be happy to take them at the end of the webinar. So, Screen Magic Mobile Media. We passionately innovate enterprise mobile communication, delivering texting solutions to help organizations reduce costs, increase operational efficiencies, and delight their customers. SMS Magic is our flagship product. So SMS Magic is the #1 texting app on Salesforce App Exchange. We are rated 4.8 stars, and we are plug-and-play configuration. We are native app on Salesforce, and we are Salesforce One optimized. That's a little bit about SMS Magic. So SMS Magic, well, we are a six-year young organization. We have served for over 190 countries. We have customers like 700 across the globe. Over 2 million customer cases have been resolved. We have touch base over 20 million contacts across the globe. So that's something that SMS Magic has managed in a very short span of time. In UK alone, like, we have over 116 customers, and that's a wide spread of customers across the globe alongside. Along with not-for-profit, we work with diversified industries that include recruitment, education, finance, real estate, amongst many others. Delivering value. So here onwards, we would be taking up some of the cases and how certain NFPs have used SMS Magic, and I would invite Tanya to take the presentation from here on. Thank you.
Thanks, Manish. So we'll today walk through 3 typical use cases of non-profits across the globe of how they benefits using texting as a mean of communication. The first one being The Challenge, which is a UK-based charity. They have seen a 66% rise in teenage participants on using SMS as a medium of communication. The second we'll walk through is Wildlife Victoria, who've used SMS Magic, and they've increased 55% chances of saving wildlife casualties. The third is Grassroot Soccer, who is based out of South Africa, and they've increased 40% increase in reach out to their client base. So we'll just walk through in brief of the challenges what each of them has faced, and where they've put in SMS, where SMS Magic has been able to help them. The Challenge is a leading charity in the UK, and their mission is to connect and inspire people to strengthen their communities. So they basically bring local people across generations, ethnic groups, and incomes to build a stronger society. So they offer a great range of programs to young people, and they have this partnership with the National Citizen Service, which is NCS. So NCS believes basically that if young people are given the chance, they can make a huge contribution to their communities. To help this happen, NCS offers 15 to 17-year-olds the opportunity to get together and try out new things. Then, with the support of a team, they build and deliver a project that makes a real difference to the place where they live in. A lot of youngsters sign up to this charity network daily, and they organize a lot of events. The main concern before starting to use SMS was to reach out to this large group of teachers and young people based on the events which they have volunteered or registered to. So now we'll see how SMS Magic has helped them. So they've helped them to enroll young people done by broadcasting news on planned events and camps. They've enabled coaches to directly reach out to the individuals who have been selected and confirmed to attend the camp. They have also been able to send out reminder messages automatically a day before the event is scheduled. So since all such reminders of events and camps have been planned, they are sent automatically using SMS Magic on a pre-configured date and time without any manual intervention at all. They've also been able to capture responses via SMS. So capture responses means gauging the interest of the person. So anybody who wants to attend such an event or register, they can just reply by SMS saying yes, which is an easy way to communicate rather than calling people to tell them that I want to participate in this event. So basically, we've been able to help them reach out to the participants, parents, volunteers personally and on real time. We'll see the next case, which is of Wildlife Victoria. So Wildlife Victoria is a non-profit organization based out of Australia, and they basically provide vital emergency response services to the community by responding to calls regarding sick, injured, or orphaned wildlife. So how they are structured is they have volunteers as rescuers who respond to the calls of the emergency response service to rescue the sick, injured, or orphaned native animal. The rescuer assesses the situation, and depending on the experience, they undertake the rescue to consult a fellow rescuer or take them to the nearest wildlife shelter. So their volunteers are basically spread over a wide geographic area, and there was no way of knowing who is based out of which location. The only way was calling them and actually finding out where they are based out, which was a really cost-effective way. And because this was reaching out to animals when they needed the most, so it was time-sensitive as well. Wildlife Victoria implemented SMS Magic to send case requests messages to their volunteers when a new case is registered for rescue of an animal. So with the open APIs, it was easy to have a customized GPS-based UI to find out which volunteers are actually located near that particular location. Then users monitored these cases, and they could select relevant volunteers and assign these cases to those particular volunteers. And once, of course, when the volunteers started working on a particular case, they kept updating the status of the case periodically. And through this, Wildlife Victoria was able to increase their rescue chances significantly by using SMS to reach out to their volunteers. So the next one we look at is Grassroot Soccer. So this is basically an international public health NGO which is headquartered in South Africa, and that uses the power of soccer basically to communicate, inspire, and mobilize communities to stop the spread of HIV. The solution Grassroot Soccer uses SMS Magic to send SMSs to participants of its HIV prevention program in South Africa. Because SMS Magic is integrated seamlessly with Grassroot Soccer's existing platform, they can ensure that the correct messages are sent out to the correct participants at the right time. And they can even send different SMSs to boys and girls depending on how the data is stored in Salesforce. So the initial results had been very encouraging. The SMSs have now become a popular medium among youth, and receiving HIV-related information directly on their cell phones make a difference in graduates' sustained HIV-related knowledge, attitude, and behavior. So this is how we've helped them increase 40% reaching out or imparting knowledge about HIV to their client base. Apart from the 3 case studies which we've discussed, nonprofits have also used SMS in a vast area of other functions as well, like donations, fundraising, or to send out notifications, to send out mass messages, allowing people a text back number so that people can directly engage. In cases of disaster relief, surveys, reminders, and volunteer reach. We've also helped significantly in the Ebola awareness for the Haiti earthquake, World Food Programs, and International Federation for the Red Cross. So with this, I'll just hand it over to Manish.
Yeah, hi. Thanks, Tanya. I think those case studies were very, very helpful, and they kind of summarize how people have really benefited from SMS Magic. So in the next slide here, what I'm trying to convey is how NFPs should really be considering SMS as one of the initiatives and one of the must-have communication platforms over there. So if you are an NFP who typically has to reach across to say 50 or 50,000 contacts through qualified touch points involving different stakeholders like donors, volunteers, or participants, and you're looking to instantly engage with the stakeholders over there, you should consider SMS Magic for it. You often are crunched for time and resources, so it's very difficult and cumbersome to actually call multiple people, and when the number of people or the number of people that you need to get in touch with are in excess of say 50,000, it's humanly impossible to touch base with them over phone calls, which itself would be very expensive and cumbersome. Said that often emails are not the best of options because people tend to kind of ignore emails. It takes a lot of time for responses over there. So SMS is something that we strongly recommend for people to engage, and this is something that we double from the case studies that Tanya had shared. So for time and resource crunch, definitely SMS is a great option over there. We are talking about instant engaging relationships. We are talking about connecting with people in remote locations. There are NFPs who are working with people in say forest or probably in remote locations where there's dependency on internet. You don't have Wi-Fi hubs or even internet connectivity over there, but with SMS there's no dependency on internet over there, so it is kind of a popular choice to kind of reach across to people over there. So why SMS? So the statistics reveal that 98% is a great average open rate for SMS, which is way beyond what a mobile or an email could reach. A response rate which usually is approximated at 90 seconds, and text is very popular, so the wide reach of text makes SMS one of the most popular and inevitable options over there. Of the young, for the young, statistics say 90% of people within the age group of 18 to 29 and 88% from age group 30 to 49 are very, very much active on text. This typically would be a potential age group who work with NFPs, who would be their volunteers, who could be the participants over there. Within the age group of 30 to 49, you might still have a lot of donors working actively over there. So if this is the age group that you are targeting, SMS is one of the best options that you could actually use. Again, SMS is very focused, so you can have specific communication which goes, be it specific as an alert, it could be a helpline, it could be more of a volunteer reach out program, so you can actually use it the way you want to use it over there. As mentioned earlier, you don't need internet for SMS. It's agnostic to internet connectivity as well as for handsets. So while reaching across to people who cannot even afford a smartphone, right? So SMS kind of reaches across to people where email cannot. We speak about cost effectivity. Now this is specifically for the NFP because you wouldn't have as many resources to invest in just to call people, follow up them. And you certainly cannot risk not connecting with your donors or respective stakeholders. So SMS is one of the most viable options which every NFP should consider. So we speak about some of the features in the next slide, and I would hand over the presentation to Dipali. So she would drive you through some of the product features, and then she would run through the live demo how these features would actually work for you. Over to you, Dipali.
Thanks, Manish. Hello, everyone. This is Dipali here, and I would take you through the demonstration part, and we would see how we actually can do this. So, talking about the features of the application, the very first one is the uninterrupted engagement. Two-way communication, which our application offers, which means that you can send out SMSs. Along with that, you can also receive responses against them. Then you can send bulk texting, SMS campaigns, which is very good for NFPs, wherein you can send an SMS to a huge crowd updating them about an event or a reminder about anything, and it works for you pretty well. Then you can also send messages in multilingual, wherein it's very good for you to reach out to those customers who prefer to be contacted or communicated in their personal languages. So here, this is where multilingual texting comes into picture. Then we have matchless automation, which is the star feature of our application, where you just need to define the criteria for the automation, and it works for you, and it divides your work by half. So you can automate the text via workflow rules, or you just schedule the messages to your future date and time, and you need not be online on your web machine, and the SMSs would be sent to your customers. Then we provide you with advanced credit management, wherein you can create sub-accounts and divide your SMS credits amongst them, and in that way, you can manage them as well. Moving to the operational ease, we can set up we can send SMSs through any standard or custom object available with Salesforce, and we also provide you with auto opt-out, wherein you just need to define the opt-out keyword in your org, and once your customer replies with that keyword, the records are automatically set for opt-out, and they won't be receiving the future messages. Along with that, if you want to personalize the message that you're sending out, we provide you with the option of configuring various SMS templates, wherein you can add the different fields of any object, and you can use them while sending the SMSs. Now, I would just take the attention away from the presentation and will take you to Salesforce, where we can actually implement it. This is my demo org, where I have installed SMS Magic Interact. This is my dashboard. I have this account ID, which is unique for my account. This displays the SMS credits that I have and the subscription plan I have opted for. In the dashboard itself, we can see the list of recent outgoing as well as incoming SMSs. Now let's see how we actually send SMS. There are two ways of sending manual messages. Either you send a single text to a particular record, or you send bulk SMSs. I've opened this detail page of a contact object record, and I've set up this send SMS button. Once I click on this button, it takes me to a Visualforce page where I have the option of selecting the sender ID and template. Let me tell you, sender ID is the first text that comes to your cell phone whenever you receive an SMS. So I have this list of sender IDs configured for my account. It can be any 11-digit alphanumeric character, which can be either your company name or the inbound number that we can assign to your account. Once I select the sender ID, by default, it fetches the mobile phone field of that record, and I select the template that I want to send. Once as you can see, you can find the merge fields over here in the template, which I have configured earlier. So once I click on send button, these field values would actually be replaced by the real values which are stored in that particular record. Now let's see how we send bulk SMS. So this is the list view of contact object where I have set up this send bulk SMS button. So I select the records which I wish to send the SMS to. I click on this send bulk SMS button. In a similar manner, it takes me to a page where I select the sender ID and template. Now adding to this, we can also change the interface to a pop-up. We just have to make few changes to the code, and we can change this visual face page to a pop-up. In the similar manner, I get to select the sender ID, the template, and once I click the send button, the SMS is sent to Benji and Nikhil as per the selection over here. To see the list of all the outgoing SMSs, we have a dedicated SMS history tab. Now I have incorporated the conversation view in this particular org, That is why you can see the list of all the outgoing as well as incoming SMSs. You can categorize them as per the conversation type over here. These are, as you can see, this is the outgoing SMS. So I can see the mobile number to which I have sent the SMS to. You can see the SMS text and the delivery status of the SMS. Similarly, we have a dedicated tab for incoming SMSs as well, where I can see the list of incoming SMSs and I can directly create either a lead, a contact, a task, a case, or an opportunity from here. Now, if I want to send SMS to a huge crowd, like run a campaign, so I have this object of campaigns and I have this demo campaign over here. With the campaign members options, I can manage members to this campaign. I can add members to this or edit it. And once I click on run SMS campaign, there's a similar page like the ones for sending SMSs, but over here we have the option of selecting different templates for contact and leads. Here I select the sender ID. I select one template, may, for example, call you for contact object, and I select another one for lead. As per the members assigned to this campaign, the SMSs, SMS template would be filtered, and once I click on this send button, run SMS campaign button, the SMS would be sent out to those many members. These were the methods of sending manual messages. Let us see how we can automate the process of sending SMSs. So the very first one I would talk about is scheduling SMSs. So this is possible with single, bulk, as well as campaign. So I have set up this schedule SMS campaign button. It's very similar to the one that we saw in the previous tab, but it has a text appended at the end which gives you the option of selecting a date and time when you want the SMS to be sent out. Can you see this? I give a unique name to this scheduling. I decide a date when I want this SMS to be sent out, which has to be a future date, and the time. So you need not be online on your machine when this SMS is scheduled, and once the time arrives, the SMS would be sent to the dedicated members of the campaign. The second feature that we have with automation is workflow rules. The basic functionality involves just and only defining the criteria, and once that criteria is met, the actions which we have defined are executed automatically. Let me just show you an example. This workflow rule that I have created on event object. Now I have chosen this example because it is very appropriate with NFPs, because this works as an event reminders. So you can use this for sending reminders, event reminders to your customers for any sort of updates related to an event. Like for example here, this workflow is set up on all the events whenever they are created, and if it is associated with a contact object. Once that criteria is met and the workflow is active in an active condition, the workflow is triggered and the SMSs are sent to these many records. With this, the demonstration on Salesforce comes to an end. I would hand over to Tanya. Let her take the charge of this.
Okay, thanks Dipali. This was really informative to see how SMS Magic actually works within Salesforce. Okay, so we ask you can go to our App Exchange and see what our customers have to say about us in the reviews which they've written for us. We've just picked up a few here for this webinar. Brett is a client of ours from US, and he talks highly of our support, which he says is fantastic and ongoing. It's a self-intuitive product, which means there's hardly any coding to do. It's a plug-and-play application, and you can just install and right away get started with it. Marian is from the UK, and she again talks about the application and support stuff, and how easy it is to use SMS Magic within Salesforce. Here are some of our partners which we've worked with and helped them implement SMS Magic with the number of their clients. We've worked closely with Shownet, Click2Cloud, Job Science, and we've implemented and had SMS Magic working with a number of SFDC customers. Okay, so this would be as presentation from our end. You can come up with any questions which you may have, and we'll be happy to address them for you.
Tanya, we have one question.
Yeah, sure.
The question is, how are direct and quick responses linked, integrated with SMS messages?
So I'll just take up this question. For receiving responses, basically we'll provide you with a local UK number. People can directly respond from their mobile phones to that particular number which we provide. These responses are captured and pushed directly within your Salesforce. So when you log into your Salesforce, we'll have a separate tab which is the incoming SMS tab. And you can see all the SMSs which you receive from your clients in that incoming SMS tab. It also gets attached as a related list to that specific object. So if any particular lead you've sent out a message and that guy responds back, it's attached as a related list to that lead itself. So in one view in the lead page layout itself, you can see all the inbound and outgoing SMS. We also can set up email alerts to be sent out to the record owner or the last sender of that SMS, so that the person is notified that they have received a response of the message which they've sent out.
Okay.
Does that answer your question, Faith?
Yeah, that was a question that was posed. Another question is, what about costing for voluntary sector organisation? Is there special pricing you have for this app?
Yes, we do. We have special pricing for non-profits in which we offer a flat 15% discount on our subscription plans per month. So we have 3 options of subscription plans which you can choose from. And on whichever you choose, we'll be happy to offer you a flat 15% discount of that.
Fantastic. I think that's all the questions for now. So what we can do, I just want to say a quick thank you to Manish, Tanya, Jyoti and Deepali for presenting today. And like I said, Screen Magic are one of our partners, and we have worked with them on a few projects, and I can say they are very much over-deliver on anything that they do. What I will be doing is I will be sending a questionnaire which will just to get your feedback on the webinar today, and also if you have any other questions that you may have, feel free to get in touch with myself or even the Screen Magic team. Thank you all again and have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Faith.
Thank you.